I had the privilege of speaking at Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam a couple of times. And I met a woman there by the name of Marion Zulke. She is a Dutch woman who works for the BBC in London and speaks numerous languages. She was in Auschwitz with Anne Frank. So we hit it off immediately. We started talking and so on. And then she said to me, you know, I also beep not only for the BBC to London, but also to Germany and to Belgium. She said, would you give me an interview in German? And I haven't spoken German in many, many years. So I said to her, I don't know, and I said, well, she said, you know, it's really important if you did it. So I said, okay, and she said, we'll do it on tape. Okay, I said, fine. I started speaking German, and suddenly the floodgates opened. I could not go on. And that's when I realized that when you tell your story in another language, it somehow filters out a lot of the pain. You might think it was very difficult for me tonight. I mean, I would have preferred to talk about happier things, but I'm able to do it in that language because it didn't happen in English. When I was in Amsterdam, where the Nazis were, where Anne Frank was, when other people, it became very real to me, and I couldn't go on. And that's when I realized that most survivors did not tell their stories. Because you see, most survivors married other survivors, not all, but most. So they continued to speak the language before, Polish or German or Yiddish or whatever they spoke, and couldn't talk about it. And then later on, when people learned English, there was a flood of books on the Holocaust, and people are able to speak to their grandchildren when they couldn't speak to their children. And I was fortunate to be able to talk about it very soon and to write my book in English a few years after I came to this country. So I think it is a good way to remember that certain traumatic experiences, and I work quite a bit with kids which are retarded. I've been working a lot with children who have other disabilities. And if they can take on another form, that they put something in a play, take on another identity, it is much easier to be able to deal with your trauma. So I think it can be quite helpful.